Hello there, and welcome back to another Starfield recap. We're in a little different location today. I got a cool little comment where somebody said you should move the chair around to different locations, so I did that. I also lowered the audio slightly, so hopefully nothing is too intrusive. I'm just looking at the audio levels here. Everything seems okay. Should be some ambient noise. Probably nothing too crazy. Anyway, let's just get into it. So, has there been anything said about Starfield? No, there hasn't. We're kind of coming up on the last week. This is going to be recorded on the 22nd. I'll go up on the 23rd, so we'll essentially we've another week or so before September ends. Hello there, guard. How are you? So, I feel like the initial kind of assumption that like the whatever we were getting was going to kind of drop. Well, I mean, it didn't initially. I think a lot of people were thinking. I mean, we've been thinking a lot of things. Okay, it's been fucking some next level thinking, but I'm sitting in a chair, my guy. Anyway, sorry. So, the initial kind of thoughts of getting something on the second anniversary didn't happen, which kind of moved a lot of people then started thinking, oh, I wonder if there's going to be like anything will come out on, like on the kind of the same time the Shattered Space came out, which Shattered Space came out the end of September. So realistically, it's possible. So is fucking everything else, I suppose. Will that happen? I'm not sure. People are mentioning was it the Tokyo Game Show? I need to just double check this because I didn't know. Tokyo Game Show 2025. What is that? Okay, so there's the Tokyo Game Show, which is apparently a legitimate thing. It takes place the 25th. The 25th to the 20th. I need to actually lower my own audio. That is apparently a big thing in Japan. I'm not sure if Bethesda have said they're going to be at it. Are they going to be at it? Who the fuck knows? It's a week away. It's the thing is, it's always possible, but at the same time, I have no fucking idea. I'm just like running through like the list of. Does it say anything? See, it seems to be more like. It seems to be more just like kind of a Comic Con sort of thing. I don't know, like I feel like we're very much apparently Xbox will be at the Tokyo Game Show. Well, does that mean that Bethesda is going to be at it? Probably not. Knowing my luck, if I don't watch it, they probably will be at it. I don't know. So, yeah, so we don't really know. All right, he's talking mad shit about the Great Serpent. But yeah, so like I suppose the main kind of thing is that we don't know, and it's frustrating once again because. All right, thanks, lady. Good job, I suppose. Was that necessary? Why can't I pull out a briefcase? I want to feel official. It was just, yeah, I don't know. It's trying to lose some hope, slightly. I mean, we know that something's coming. We don't know when it's fucking coming. It could be coming tomorrow. It could be coming next year. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we're just kind of going around in circles at this point. Because why did he shrink? What the fuck? I that's my fault for putting my chair in front of another chair. Where he's just like we're staring at one another. He's like, "Oh, I know this. I'm a big fan of your recap. Cool. What do you let me just watch?" Be like, okay, whatever you say. I feel like the common the common thing that everybody's talking about is that it's not going to be coming out till next year. Like, to be honest, that's, I don't know, like that's kind of crazy. Like a full year of Starfield, like, and no content or any sort of like major update is just very strange. And it's, I mean, it's, I don't know, it's getting like kind of, all right, this guy needs to shut the fuck up. He's like telling me all this cool lore, but like I'm trying to do it. You know, I'm trying to do a little talk thing here, my guy. I don't know, like it's just, yeah, it's like I think it's very clear that like Bethesda's like reputation when it comes to Starfield, I think it's like souring. Like when it like looking like, or the reputation, yeah, the reputation and like their kind of view on the community, or their not their view on the community, their, how would you say it, their, I suppose, yeah, there's their connection with the community is souring, just because we get a little 12-second teaser and then nothing else. Like, it's like, come on, Bethesda, like, what's going on here? I know people are like, we're still going, oh, they'll, you know, they'll drop it when they're ready. Like, that's cool, but like, I don't know. Like, to be honest with you, like, there's like it's I don't like to necessarily compare games to other games. I mean, well, that's not true. I do compare a lot of games to other games, but like when it comes to like, yeah, I made a very big mistake putting the chair here. Like when it comes to like Starfield and stuff, like, are Bethesda like aware of what's going on? You know, I mean, you look at like the No Man's Sky update that added like kind of shipbuilding and stuff, which like that's clearly going to like pull, I'd say it pulled a fair few people away from Starfield. Now here's the thing, right? People can play multiple games and there's like no, I mean, realistically, there's no need for like brand loyalty. I mean, brand loyalty when it comes to gaming is a bit of a weird one anyway. But like, if let's say a lot of people just up and kind of walked away from Starfield, like that doesn't mean a whole lot. I mean, it kind of means a little bit because they're going to be making less money off of their paid mods and stuff like that. But for the most part, you know, like they're banking on it being like kind of like a single player style game where, you know, oh, we bring out update, people will come back, and that's fair. But I just feel like with all this stuff like going on, like you've got Starfield, or you've got, sorry, No Man's Sky that came out, and I played a little bit more on stream last week, and like it's, you know, like obviously it's not going to be for everyone. I think for like Starfield players, there's going to be a lot of people that won't enjoy the game, but I feel like the shipbuilder like they added is quite cool, and it's definitely something that, I mean, the fact that, you know, No Man's Sky has it now, and No Man's Sky has a lot of stuff going for it, is kind of like, it's like, Bethesda, you like aware that like, you know, not to mention Jump Space came out last week. I played it on stream and I've been playing games of it, and it's obviously early access and it's a little bit buggy, but like it kind of, to be honest, it kind of like scratches that like itch of like space sort of stuff, like the kind of the space, and obviously again, it's not, it's, they're very like, you can barely compare them, but the issue is that when you've got like, you know, Bethesda and Starfield, and they said like, oh, Starfield's going to be like this 10-year game, so like you assume, okay, like it's going to be the sort of thing where they're going to be like putting out updates like kind of akin to like a live service game, you know, so they're going to kind of want people to keep playing and, you know, like keep them kind of engaged, like with like a game like Destiny, or a game like well, any kind of sort of live service game in this day and age. But they obviously, we've said this many times before, they just like switched, and I don't know, like I feel like I don't know the player count. I know you can go off of Steam. I don't really, I don't know. It always annoys me when people kind of reference the Steam player count with games in general. Not to mention with games like with Starfield specifically, because I feel like there's probably going to be more people playing. There's obviously going to be more people playing on Xbox console. That's just how it is. There's always going to be more Xbox players because of Game Pass, but there's also going to be more people playing on PC with Game Pass. But like, I feel like it's not. I don't know. I feel like it's not doing. It's probably the numbers are dwindling. You know, like just looking at some stats and stuff. Like Jump Space launched last week, and I want to say it had over 150,000 players, and it's an early access game on Xbox and Steam. And it's like, it's again, like, I'm not trying to kind of, comparison, because like there's probably, like anything, a lot of people probably jumped to that game because it's cool, and there's probably a lot of people that walked away from it because it's a bit buggy early, there's crashing and stuff, but it is an early access game. But it's just this idea that like it's very clear to me and to a lot of people, I feel like, if you look, that console players specifically, they yearn for like space games. I think I feel like for Xbox players, like Halo being like kind of one of the biggest. Well, Halo was what started all for like the Xbox. Like, I feel like there's always going to be a lot of Xbox gamers that love their space stuff, and I don't know. I feel like I've said it before, but I feel like Bethesda, you're squandering. You're like, what? Like, what? It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not a business person. I've never claimed to be, but it's just like, I've gamed for like a long time, and I understand some of the I don't understand everything, right? Like, I that's fair, right? But like, it's clear, Bethesda, they're working hard on some stuff, and I'm not going to deny that. Like, we don't. Well, I mean, I can't deny that because we don't know. But like, if like most of your development was going to be like, focused on you doing, if it was going to be like, focused on you doing like you know bigger content updates or whatever, why couldn't you have like assigned some people to make some smaller stuff just to kind of keep us interested, like some ship parts, like an update that were like, some free ship part updates, even like paid ship part updates, or like, like some new Trackers Alliance quests, or some new, like, it's, lady, you can't sit in my chair, I'm sitting here. It just seems weird. It's like, who the fuck is whistling? I just don't understand it, to be like completely honest with you. I just don't, like, I feel like, I feel like they don't, I don't know, it just seems like they don't care about Starfield as much as we would like them to care about it. And by that I mean, like, I'm a diehard fan of Starfield. I enjoy the core game. I realize that there's like flaws, like everything else. Games have flaws, and Starfield has some glaring ones. But it also has some like really awesome features that I think Bethesda could expand upon. And like, honestly, like, like, not trying to glaze it, but like, I could definitely see Starfield reach a far larger audience if they capitalized on some of the more, the more badass features, and kind of honed in on some things. Like, let's say, for instance, they kind of, focus on the shipbuilder, the outpost builder, stuff like that. Kind of then focus on the kind of the mystery and the storyline of like Starboard and stuff going on behind the scenes. But yeah, I don't know. And look, I say all this, and then they'll probably drop an update at some point, and then we'll be all like, "Yay, update!" But like, I just like, what's going on? Like, I don't like to. I don't. I try to kind of shy away from like looking too critically at like how Bethesda have handled Starfield, and part of that is because I kind of, maybe it's naive of me, but like, I would like to, you know, like to give Bethesda the benefit of doubt, if that's the right word. But like if you look at like there's been a lot of rumors lately that um basically that Starfield didn't do well for Bethesda, so Bethesda just kind of pulled most of, and this is just complete rumor. I have no proof of any of this, and this is me just kind of, you know, it could, I don't know, yeah. But like that Starfield clearly didn't do well, Shatterspace didn't do well, so Bethesda pulled the majority of like their, you know, their staff to that were on the game to focus on making Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. And from a business point of view, that makes a lot of sense, you know, as much as I hate to admit it. Like Elder Scrolls 6 and like Fallout 5, they're obviously going to be, I mean, ES6 is probably one of the most anticipated games out there, you know, just slightly below obviously GTA 6. And clearly, well, clearly they want to get it right, you know. And like what the fuck is that guy's hat? Like with Starfield, obviously, like it didn't do as well as, you know, they wanted to. And now, like, what, like, are they just kind of like, is it just like a skeleton crew sort of thing? Like, is it going to get the 76 treatment? Like, we know that, like, they've said that they're working on it. Now, we don't know who's working on it. There could be like 4 people working on it. There could be like 100 people. We don't know. I personally, and this is why, like, I don't like to kind of like look too deeply into stuff like that, because well, first of all, I think that this is their current IP and this is the one they should be focusing on. I realize that, you know, you're gonna have to have studio, or you're gonna have to work on other games and stuff. That's fine, but like, this is your current IP, you know, like you've said, like the whole 10-year thing, and like, I don't know, like it's like, if you look closely at like some of the stuff that we do know, and again, what we know is a lot of rumor. It just it just seems like Starfield was kind of, I don't know, like, I'll probably do like I'll do a better video kind of talking about Starfield and stuff and looking at it from a more critical point of view, because like there's a lot of things with Starfield that kind of like the creation of Starfield that kind of stand out, and you're like, wait, what happened there? What was that? Yeah, I just realized those like notepads, you hold them sideways the way he's holding them, but like in the menu they're like up the other way. Anyway, yeah, but so what ultimately, what do I think? I don't know. It's just, I mean, it's frustrating. I'm still hopeful. I'm always going to be hopeful, because like the idea of the Terran Armada, like it's piqued some curiosity in me. I mean, I was always a curious individual. You know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. I don't have, well, I do have cats, but okay, maybe don't kill the cat, please. But we like the stuff they're working on, like is exciting. You know, the new stuff. And look, again, like I think a lot of this stuff, I do apologize, because I normally have a kind of a more positive take on stuff, but I think it's at this point where like it's kind of hard to be, even for me, it's hard to be positive. Like, I know when I do my streams and stuff, I do kind of, you know, like I'm critical of Bethesda, but like at the same time, I'm kind of like equally like, oh, you know, but they did some awesome stuff, you know, with Shipbuilder and all this sort of stuff. But it's like, yeah, it's just at this point, I just don't know, you know? Like, I'm hopeful that like we'll get some new content soon, and like they'll kind of sit down with us and explain what's been going on. You know, like, yeah. So that's it for the Bethesda stuff. Now we'll kind of jump on to the mod stuff. So I will say, well, paid mods are still a fucking shit show. Are we shocked? Are we really? So there's like, there's a mod that came out, and I was kind of, I didn't know whether to do a video of like a standalone video of it, or like just kind of include it in this. And I think I'm going to include it in this probably more so because, well, one, I feel like these kind of videos probably get less kind of, well, they get attention, but I think they, yeah. Well, but anyway, so there's a mod that came out last week, and it was basically a paid mod that made it so that there's no reference to the temples in the game at all, right? And it removes the temple system. Now, I don't know how expensive it was. Let me actually double check, because I know I bought it and tried it on stream. And it was, I bought it on stream, but I'm going to be honest with you, boss. It was an absolute kind of a shit show on stream. I feel sorry, 1 second. Oh. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, so it's called Normal Born. No Powers in the Main Quest by MC Ion. And it was 200 credits. And basically what it did was it edited the main quest so that you have no powers and temples don't exist. Now, I initially was kind of looking at this and I was like, what the fuck? Like, first and foremost, who do you think you are to make a, like, you're going to make a paid mod, right? And your very first paid mod is going to be you essentially, like, gutting the main quest of Starfield, or the main storyline and the main mechanics, just because you don't, like, agree with it. Like, this is one of the things with, like, Starfield with paid mods that kind of gets me. And ultimately, I can only put so much kind of, like, criticism on the mod author before I have to turn and, like, be like, oh, Big Daddy Bethesda allowed it. It's just a weird one to me, you know, because, like, I know that the power system and stuff and the temples, like, look, the temples are a bit annoying. Like, they are annoying, right? That's just what it is. But they're still a part of the game, annoying or not. And, like, they're integral to the lore of the game. And the powers as well, yes. Like, a lot of the time I completely forget about powers, but that's kind of because, you know, like, I tend to just fly spaceships a lot. But again, it's like, who are you to come in and, like, your first mod be to gut the main storyline and the, you know, like, what? Excuse me? Like, can you imagine somebody going and making a paid mod that removed the dragons and the shouts from Skyrim? Or remove the Minutemen and the settlement system from Fallout 4. Yes, I know they're probably two comparisons. Everyone loved the dragons and the shouts. Not everyone loved the Minutemen. It's just kind of like, it's like, excuse me, what the fuck are you doing? And again, like, this is no, like, I always say this, like, no disrespect to the mod author themselves, because look, the mod author, yeah, like, Bethesda allowed it, but I have to wonder, Bethesda, why are you allowing it? Like, it's bad enough we're getting no content for the game, right? That's bad enough to begin with. And it's even worse that you're just basically allowing, like, any sort of paid mod, both good ones and, like, absolute slop. But now you're allowing people to make paid mods that gut core features of the fucking game? Like, what the fuck, Bethesda? Why? Like, is there no kind of, like, is there no, like, like, kind of, like, guideline you guys internally rely on of, like, what's allowed versus what isn't allowed for a paid mod? Like, can you imagine that I've been doing this little kind of thing now where I kind of, like, play out conversations, so we're gonna do one of them, right? So let's just say, here's the scene, right? You've got main guy behind the paid mods, Bethesda, the guy who allows shit through, you know, a little interview. You got this new guy's like, hi, I'm new to the creation program, you know, want to make a paid mod. Oh, cool, yeah, like, you know, that's pretty cool. It's nice that you want to do paid mods, you know, like, well, what are you gonna do? You know, are you gonna add anything cool to the game? Well, I have this really cool idea. Okay, lay it on me. Right, so, you know, like how with Starfield you have, like, the temples and, like, the power system and stuff, like, Oh yeah, that's like one of our cool. Like we're really proud of that feature. You're gonna like expand upon it, maybe like add new powers or like a new way to do the temples. Not exactly. It's like, oh, are you gonna maybe like streamline the temple system to make it a little bit easier? Maybe like like add some like like some different encounters or something or no. Okay, what are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna remove the powers and also the temples. What? Well, yeah, I just like I'm not like I just don't like them. Okay. I just feel like like I feel like it'd be a cool idea for a paid mod to remove them. Well, I mean, fuck it. We've let some dodgy shit in. It's money, have fucking, I don't know. Have at it at this point. But yeah, like, obviously, that's not how a conversation would go, but I would assume that you would have to pitch something to Bethesda, and it's like, Bethesda, what the fuck? Why are you allowing it? Also, again, some of the criticism has to go to this mod author, and mod author, if you're watching this, you're probably not, but if you're watching this, why? Why do you think it's okay to make a paid mod that guts features? Like, if this was a free mod, I wouldn't give a fuck, right? Because you can do whatever the fuck you want with your free mods, well, I mean, within reason, Bethesda, I'm fucking saying that these days, you never know, Bethesda might allow whatever, you can do what you want, but like, when it's a paid mod, and see, this is the big problem with the whole paid mods, because we're not getting content from Bethesda, people are fucking relying on like paid mods to kind of fucking keep them. Like, let's just really quickly, we're gonna look at the paid mods that came out this week, right? Let me where's that? Hold on now. All right, so obviously fair enough, right? We had Lambent Street Rat Services, really cool mod, very cool. We got Bub's crossbow mod, very cool, right? UC Overhaul by Wolfie, that's also very cool. We have, oh my god, it doesn't actually have any thumbs up. Oh my god. Are people on the same page? Holy shit. Alright, so I mean, I was just looking at stats, right, of the paid mod, and holy baby Jesus, no, baby Jesus probably, holy baby, the Great Serpent, nobody's downloading it. So it's been out a week, it's got no thumbs up, it's got 65 plays on Starfield, and plays with, for anyone not familiar with the kind of the play system, basically means every time a save is loaded with it on it, 65 and then 300. So it's got like 40 bookmarks, got like 50 bookmarks overall, no likes. Good job. Now there could be many reasons to why that mod didn't take off. I mean, I would like to make a joke that, the reason is because there's only 5 people left playing Starfield. But, like, if you look at, like, let's say the stats of, like, Lambent or, like, Bub's mod or, like, Wolfie's, it's very clear that people are still buying mods, which is good. But, yeah. Regardless of that, mod author, I go back to the drawing board. Again, no disrespect to you on a kind of a personal level, but, like, from a business point of view and from a creative standpoint, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, what the fuck were you thinking, boss man? Like, I'm sorry, but, like, yeah, it's just, I'm glad your mod fucking flopped, right? And I mean that in a, and that's probably a bit rude, because, like, I'm not trying to be too harsh, but, like, see, first of all, it's not your fault, right? Like, the blame isn't obviously all on you, because Bethesda, again, allowing you to do it, but, like, To be honest, I don't get it, right? Like, I genuinely don't get it. Like, there's a few mod authors out there where, like, they're kind of using the paid mods to kind of push their own little kind of weird narrative stuff. Like, we see, like, Young Neil's content where, like, he basically has these paid mods that, like, equate to a lot of money that basically make the game harder and do stupid bullshit. You know, there's, like, there's a few other mods out there that do stuff like that, and I'm just kind of sat there, right? And I'm like, why? Like, if you want to do your own, like, free little kind of mod pack overhaul, fine. Why do you need to be paid? Why do you need to make money off of it? Like, again, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, it's honestly insulting that, like, we've got some really talented paid mod authors out there, verified creators, making content, like, we'll say on a monthly basis. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, because, you know, if you're a really talented mod author, you're not doing weekly content. That's just, yeah, you're putting a little bit more effort into it. I think if there's someone out there actually making badass content on a weekly basis, my God. But you've got like just off the top of my head, right? You look at this week's paid mods, you look at like it's very clear that there's some really talented mod authors out there, you know, and I'm not going to go naming them because I think, you know, we all have our kind of ideology of, you know, we all kind of similar of who's a good. I will say, if you think good mod authors start with G. Oh, my game just crashed. Lovely, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Yeah, my game crashed. The only mod I have installed, the only fucking mod I have installed is the 10 euro fucking ship hab from Bethesda. Don't know why the game crashed. Maybe it just got sick of enemies or people and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. But going back to it, I just don't understand it. Like, yeah, you've got like really good, like, I think the point I was trying to make is like, you know, that there's, you know, making a kind of a slight joke / dig about, like, there's a few mod authors there that don't deserve that credit of being kind of verified creators. But it's like, for the most part, you've got some really talented creators making content like on a you know, monthly basis. And then you've got, like, this guy that comes in, this guy, I'm assuming guy, gal, could, you know, whatever, don't care, comes in and they're like, I'm going to make a paid mod that basically removes a key feature of the storyline. And, like, the worst, the thing that's kind of the funniest about it, right, is, like, to be honest with you, the temples themselves are kind of a bit of a shit show, right? They're a shit show. Like, straight away, they are a shit show. We're not going to deny. Like, the first time it's cool, but I think everyone agrees that it gets very boring, kind of running a circle. So, like, even if you were to come at it from a different angle, like, maybe streamline the temples, so, like, instead of going in and, like, fucking, you know, doing the kind of, like, 0G ballet, you just, like, went in there, killed a Starborn, and, you know, game just was like, yeah, there's your power, right? You could have done that, right? But what's hilarious is, this game is gonna probably crash even quicker now. What's hilarious to me is that, so I reviewed the mod live Wednesday's stream, right? And I initially went in, didn't read the description. Does Crimson ever read the description? Sometimes. It doesn't work on New Game Plus, right? It only works on... It doesn't work if you choose to skip the story, right? Which is a weird one, because, again, I feel like you would have a purpose if it was tied more to people who want to skip the main story and just speedrun the temples. If your mod basically removed the temples and just made it so that you just teleport to the planet and, like, you know, you just, outside the temple, you just click it, like, I don't know, there's various ways you could have fucking done it. But you didn't, like, so it doesn't work for New Game Plus, which I'm going to be honest with you. Who the fuck in their right mind, right, is going to choose to replay the storyline more than once, right? Because I'm pretty sure, the other thing too, which is kind of hilarious, right, is, let me see. Oh my god. So I'm just reading this. It says, thank to Bethesda for making the space game. My guy, you just fucking butchered their space game. The fuck you thanking them for? More like, thanks Bethesda for having no fucking, like, creative insight. Scion mods focus on enhanced, stable, and safe vanilla plus experience. My guy, vanilla minus, okay? Not vanilla plus, vanilla fucking minus, right? So one of the things it says, right, is it also removes the powers, which, yeah, it's safe, tested through 8 full new game pluses at different stages and different dialogue options, right? Here's the problem. There's no I just look I think that, well, I mean, the problem is larger at hand, but like part of the problem is that, well, for one, new game, sorry, they're like jittering is making me panic that I'm gonna crash the game again. Like, so yeah, so basically what it does, I don't know if I actually said, yeah, like it removes the power stuff, right? You can't unlock the powers, aside from unlocking one power right at the end of the game. It removes the temples, apart from the very first temples. NPCs don't mention the temples at all in the main storyline, but if you choose to skip the main story in New Game Plus, they will still mention the temples. So, like, again, it's like half-arse the fucking out the wazoo. Like, yeah, like, again, like, and look, I'm not trying to be, like, too harsh here because, yeah, but it more so just annoys me, like, ultimately, that Bethesda allow it. Like, Bethesda, what are you doing? Like, why is there not, like, a level where you're, like, you know, like, okay, this is, like, what we expect, you know, like, when it comes to paid mods, don't be going kind of changing elements of the story that we worked fucking hard to. Like, can you imagine, like, the person or the people at Bethesda that worked hard to make the power system, right? Which, the powers are cool. Like, yeah, like, I mean, again, there's some quirks to it, but, like, imagine, you know, like, that they worked hard to make those powers, and then they look and they're like, the fuck is this? Jerry, why did you veto some fucking amateur mod author making a fucking shit paid mod that removed my fucking hundreds of hours of work? And Jerry's like, bro, fucking Todd just said go with it. I don't fucking know. Like, it'd be fucking disheartening, to be honest with you. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. As always, no hate to the mod author. I know I probably kind of, I feel a bit bad saying I'm glad your mod flopped. But like, just go back to the drawing board. Look at what people want. You know, don't add what you want, because, like, let's be real here, right? When you're making a free mod, it's ultimately something you enjoy doing. When you're making a paid mod, you're selling a product. Look at what people actually fucking want. And what people want vanilla quests, right? They want ship features. They want outpost features. They want companions. They want weapons. Look at what's fucking selling on a weekly basis, and then see if you have the ability to improve upon that. Get the fuck out of here with I'm gonna change some fucking variables in the CK and scrub all references to the term temple. You know, get the fuck out. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna go before this fucking turns into some weird orgy. Again, let me know what you think. And what do you think regarding Starfield as a whole? Do you think we're getting some content? I don't fucking know. Hopefully, but I don't fucking know. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.